You see, for more than a decade, Tesla wasn't just a car company, you know this. It was a prophecy, a cultural shift on wheels. By a mile, the most valuable automaker on Earth. You watched Elon Musk take the dusty old rulebook of steel and oil and tear it to shreds. He dragged the entire industry into an age of silicon and electrons. And it worked. The Model Y? It became the best-selling car in the world. Not just EV, any car. Tesla's dominance felt total. Their fortress, it seemed unbreachable. But today, that fortress is crumbling. You can hear the walls cracking. From the east, a giant you might not even know. BYD, Build Your Dreams. They didn't just challenge Tesla's throne. They took it. They are now the world's biggest EV producer. And from the west, the old guard. Volkswagen, Hyundai, Ford. They're not sleeping anymore. You see them flooding your streets with new, affordable, and credible electric cars. The pressure is on. A pincer attack. And you, me, all of us? We expected Tesla's next move. The knockout punch, the finishing move. That long-promised Model 2, the $25,000 car for everyone. This was the final step, the one that would secure their crown forever. But they didn't do it. In a move that has Wall Street analysts spinning, Tesla did the unthinkable. They looked at that affordable car and reportedly just canceled it, threw the plans in the trash, and instead they're going all in, pushing every chip on the table, betting the entire company on one single high-stakes gamble, the robotaxi. It's a story so wild, we're going to be tracking every second of it right here on Dravexa. So if you love this stuff, do us a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And you need to understand, this isn't just a pivot. This is a total shift in identity. It's Tesla deciding to stop being a car company at all. Their goal now is to become the world's first trillion-dollar AI and robotics company. It is a move so bold, so audacious, it will either completely redefine transportation as we know it, or it will go down in history as the single greatest mistake in modern business. A moment of pure hubris that could push the company that started it all right off the map. Which one is it? That's the question. And to find the answer? So to understand how big this gamble really is, you first have to understand what Tesla is throwing away. Because that $25,000 car, it wasn't just another model. You have to get this. It was the entire point. It was the final piece, the capstone of Musk's famous 2006 secret master plan. You remember this, right? First, build a wildly expensive sports car, the Roadster. Use that cash to build a less expensive car, the Model S. Use that cash to build the affordable, high-volume car, the Model 3. But you see, there was always one final, unwritten step. To take all that profit, all that scale, and build the definitive car for everyone. They called it Project Redwood. And you were meant to see it as the Model T of our generation, the car that would finally put an EV in every driveway on Earth. But the real magic, the real innovation, wasn't just the price. It was how they were going to build it. For 100 years, cars have been made one way. A frame, moving down a line. A slow, linear crawl. You bolt on a part here. You add some wiring there. One piece after another, after another. It's old. It's slow. Tesla's unboxed process, it shatters that model completely. Forget the line. Instead, you need to picture separate, parallel workstations. One station assembles the entire front of the car, motors, steering, all of it. A second station builds the entire back. At the same time, a third assembles the structural battery pack. A fourth builds the entire interior, all at once. Then, in the final step, these massive, pre-painted, pre-assembled boxes are just brought together, glued, joined. in one single automated move. If that sounds revolutionary, you have no idea. We're talking a 50% reduction in production costs, a 40% smaller factory, a cycle time so fast a car could roll off the line every 10 seconds. This unboxed process, this was the secret. This was the key that unlocked a $25,000 car with 25% profit. It was the definitive answer to all their new rivals. It's the kind of mind-blowing tech we live for here on Dravexa. And if you do too, show us some love and hit that like button. And then he killed it. In early 2024, Elon Musk reportedly walks into a meeting and, against the advice of his own top executives, he personally cancels the project. The $25,000 car is dead. Why? Well, the game had changed. The competition was tougher, but more importantly, his own vision had changed. It had transcended just selling cars. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why this move? Why now? Because this pivot, it didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened at the exact moment Tesla's fortress was finally facing its first real test. You see, for years, Tesla was just printing money. They had 30% gross margins, 30. That's Apple-level profit on a car. It was unheard of. Well, that era is over. As of right now, those margins have crashed, plummeted to around 17%. So what happened? It's a war on two fronts. Front number one, a brutal EV price war, one that Tesla started just to keep their sales numbers up. And front number two, the relentless, unstoppable rise of BYD. You need to understand what BYD is. This is not just another rival. It's a behemoth, a truly vertically integrated monster. While Tesla assembles cars, BYD is its own supply chain. You hear me? They build their own revolutionary blade batteries. They make their own microchips. They even own their own lithium mines. That is a cost advantage that you and Tesla simply cannot match. So while Tesla was busy focusing on high-end performance, BYD was quietly executing Tesla's own original plan. They're selling the BYD Seagull in China for under $10,000. The Dolphin, a global competitor, for under $30,000. And you have to see these cars. These are not the cheap, flimsy knockoffs you might be picturing. They are high quality, they are desirable, and they are everywhere. The result? In 2024, BYD officially surpassed Tesla in global EV sales. And this year, that gap is only getting wider. By canceling its $25,000 car, Tesla is literally handing over the largest, fastest-growing part of the entire EV market to its most dangerous competitor. It's a stunning move, and it's the kind of high-stakes drama we follow every single day here on Dravexa. If you appreciate this analysis, tap that like button. It helps us dig even deeper. But it's not just BYD. That's just front number one. Then you have front number two, the good enough competition. You see, the legacy guys, they're finally catching up. Think about it. When you went to buy a car just a few years ago, your choice was a Model 3 or a Toyota Camry. That was the choice. Today, you're choosing between that Tesla and a Hyundai Ioniq 5, a Kia EV6, a Ford Mustang Mach-E, a VW ID.4. And here's the kicker. They might not beat a Tesla in a drag race, but they look good, they're built well, and critically, you can get federal tax credits for them that you can't get for a Tesla. They have become good enough, and that is diluting Tesla's brand fast. So you see the squeeze? Tesla is trapped, losing the low-cost war to BYD and losing the mid-range war to everyone else. They are bleeding from both sides. And that is why they made this fateful choice. They looked at the game they were losing and decided to stop playing. Instead, they decided to flip the entire board. This is where the story truly gets insane. So what is this board-flipping all-in gamble? You need to listen closely. This is the new thesis. Elon Musk is now saying it out loud. We are not a car company. We are an AI and robotics company. Think about what that means. In this new vision, selling you a car, that's a temporary business, a low-margin game. The real business, the permanent business, selling transportation as a service. And this is the car they unveiled back in October 2024. You have to see this thing. It is a radical break from everything you know. No steering wheel, no pedals, just 2 seats. It's built with that revolutionary unboxed process. But here's the key. It's not a car you buy. It's an asset that Tesla deploys. And this is where the economics change everything. You need to understand the math. Selling you that $25,000 car, Tesla builds it, sells it once, and maybe, if they're lucky, they make a $4,000 profit. You take that car and you let it sit in your driveway. You use it maybe 1 or 2 hours a day. Now look at the robotaxi. Tesla builds it for maybe $30,000 and never sells it. Instead, it's out on the road operating on a Tesla network, driving itself 10, 12, 14 hours every single day. And the numbers Musk is projecting are staggering. One single robotaxi could generate $30,000, not in revenue, in profit per year. That is not a car. That is a machine that prints money for its entire 10-year life. This is the kind of mind-bending shift we live to analyze here on Dravexa. If you're picking up what we're putting down, please hit that like button. And this isn't just a fantasy. They're already testing it right now in Austin, and the real-world numbers are disruptive. You want to go on a short ride? Uber charges you $12.36. The robotaxi, $1.97. You need a longer trip? Uber, $30.38. The robotaxi, $9.92. You see, this isn't a price war. This is a cost structure annihilation. By removing the single most expensive piece of the puzzle, the human driver, Tesla isn't just competing with Uber. It's making Uber's entire business model obsolete. If this works, if they pull this off, you stop comparing Tesla to Toyota. That's over. You start comparing Tesla to Apple and Google and Amazon combined. The potential upside isn't billions, it's trillions. That is the prize Musk is chasing. But it all hinges on one massive, unsolved problem. So what is it? What is that one massive, unsolved problem? It's this. The entire robotaxi dream, this trillion-dollar pyramid, is built on one single thing. A piece of software. Full self-driving. And here's the catch. Right now, in late 2025, FSD is not fully self-driving. You need to hear me. It's not even close. You see, the industry has these 5 levels of autonomy. Think of it like a video game. Tesla today, you're at level 2. It's a driver assist system. The car can steer, it can accelerate, it can brake, but you, the human, you must be paying attention. You are responsible. That's what FSD supervised means. You are the supervisor. But the robotaxi, the car with no steering wheel, that dream doesn't even start until you hit level 4. True self-driving. No human needed. And you have to understand, the jump from level 2 to level 4 is not a step. It is a chasm. It's a vast technological void. And this is the core of the gamble. Tesla is betting the entire company that it can cross that chasm before its main car business bleeds to death. And there are 4 massive hurdles in their way. First is the edge case problem. You see, FSD's brain, its neural net, it learns from millions of Teslas on the road. It learns from experience. But what about the things it's never seen? What about a rogue tire bouncing across the highway? A construction worker waving a weird, non-standard hand signal? A deer half hidden in the fog? Your human intuition, you can handle that. The AI, it freezes. It fails. And those recent crashes you're seeing in the Austin Pilot, that is this problem. It is not solved. Second, the big one, the sensor debate. Vision versus LiDAR. Tesla famously, stubbornly, bet everything on vision only. Just cameras, just like your eyes. But everybody else, Google's Waymo, all of them, they insist this is reckless. They use LiDAR, lasers that shoot out and build a perfect 3D map of the world. LiDAR is expensive, but it works. In rain, in snow, in total darkness. Tesla is betting that its AI can become so powerful it can make a simple camera superhuman, better than lasers. If they are wrong, their entire foundation is flawed. This is the kind of deep, tech-driven battle we live for. This is Dravexa, and if you love this stuff as much as we do us a favor. Hit that like button. Third is the regulatory nightmare. Just think about it. Who gets sued when a robotaxi with no steering wheel hits a pedestrian? Is it the owner, Tesla? Is it the software programmer? Is it the city that allowed it? Right now, as of today, nobody knows. The laws for this, a million-vehicle autonomous fleet, they just don't exist. And finally, hurdle number 4, the simplest one. You, me, public trust. Come on, you've seen the videos. We all have. FSD making weird mistakes. After years of missed deadlines, people are deeply, deeply skeptical. And all it takes is one high-profile fatal accident, and this entire robotaxi dream could be set back for years. And this brings us to the central, bizarre contradiction, the war for Tesla's very soul. Because it looks like that $25,000 car, it might not be dead after all. You see, while Musk is pivoting the narrative, talking about AI, talking about Optimus the robot, the company's finances are screaming for a cheap car. Those 17% margins, that's not sustainable. That price war with BYD, you can't win it without a cheaper product. And so, on those recent, tense earnings calls, Project Redwood is suddenly back from the dead. You heard me. It's now reportedly the #1 priority for engineering. The new target? 2026, 2027. So which is it? Is Tesla an AI company betting it all on the robotaxi? Or is it a car company racing to build a $25,000 EV? The answer seems to be both. And this is the internal war for Tesla's soul. Because you have Musk, the visionary. He's focused on that trillion-dollar AI prize. To him, selling cars is just a distraction. But then you have Tesla, the company, the factory, the balance sheet, and it has to survive in the present. It needs that $25,000 car just to fund the visionary's bet. And that explains the whiplash. The $25,000 car was canceled right until the moment that disastrous Q3 report proved just how desperately it was needed. So we go back to the beginning. Genius or folly? Will this next move push Tesla off the map? The answer is that Tesla, in its own audacious way, has already ripped up the map and is trying to draw an entirely new one. You see, they are chasing two contradictory goals at the exact same time, and either one would be the single greatest challenge in automotive history. On one hand, you have the robotaxi bet, the genius scenario. If they actually solve level 4 autonomy in the next 2 or 3 years, nothing else matters. All this talk about BYD, Ford's margins, it all becomes a historical footnote. Tesla stops being a 20% margin car maker and becomes a 70% margin software business. They become the Apple of transport, and the value is unimaginable. On the other hand, you have the manufacturing bet, the survival scenario. If that $25,000 car built on that unboxed process arrives first, it could be the savior. It could reset the entire cost of making an EV, restore the margins, give them the weapon they need to finally beat BYD. And it buys the FSD team another 5 or 10 years to finally solve the autonomy problem. And then there is the third option, the folly, the nightmare, the scenario where they fail at both, where FSD is always just a decade away, where the unboxed process is just too complex to scale, where the $25,000 car arrives too late. In that world, Tesla is left stranded, an aging, high-priced lineup, shrinking margins, and a sea of cheaper, better competition. In that world, they are BlackBerry, holding on as the iPhone takes over the world. Tesla isn't just fighting its competitors. It's fighting complexity. It's fighting physics. And it's fighting itself. It has abandoned the safe, dominant path for a high-wire act with no safety net. It is, without question, the most thrilling and the most dangerous moment in the company's entire history. Which way will it fall? We will be here to cover every single second of it. That's why you must be subscribed right here to Dravexa, because the next chapter is being written right now. Thank you for watching.